We back like we never left.
We're
Okay,
back.
okay, we did leave, but we're back. Heads Up Play, episode 48 now.
You thought you got rid of us? No, baby. We're like herpes. We're there when you just least expect it, and then it comes up 20 years later.
We've been here. We've just been doing all these SEC predictions. We
That's
got
all we're
behind on our SEC predictions, and now we're trying to get them caught up. We still got 4 to do.
Yeah, man. I mean, we got a lot going on. Football's back, baby. Football is officially back. We had the NFL start 2 weeks ago preseason. Really don't want to watch the third stringers, but hey, it's football.
It's been a I want to say it's been both a long off season, but it's also been really quick. It's kind of weird, you know. I think it's felt long because I've just waited for it for so long. Like, this has been the most anticipated football season for so long. Not just college, but I mean, we got so many new guys in the NFL who are going to be making waves. I think Jayden Daniels is going to be fantastic. Caleb Williams is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a new NFL, and it's going to be a really, really, really new college football, man. I'm so excited.
I mean, you have so much anticipation with the NFL. You have the new Caleb Williams supposed to be the next superstar in the NFL. Like that prospect has not. He was. I would think he was higher than Trevor Lawrence was when he came out of college. Probably the highest since Andrew Luck. Really.
Probably. And look, we're going to talk about. I think this football discussion. We'll talk a little bit of NFL. We'll talk a little bit of college. We really got nothing scripted for this for our football discussion. It's just going to be. I think, how about it just be me and you just talking some football for a little bit?
All is back, baby. I mean, with just some football guys talking about football. I'm telling you, dude. College. I mean, there's so much anticipation though with college. You had College 25 come out. By the way, awesome game. Awesome game. You see people on the internet saying there ain't much to do online. You're not doing it right if you're playing online, if you're playing Ultimate Team.
All right. I have something to say regarding that. I agree with you 1,000%. The game is awesome. However, a couple weeks ago, they came out with some update, some patch, and oh my God, it sucks. The game is almost, to me, unplayable on Dynasty mode now. Almost unplayable. I throw a pick maybe once every 6 or 7 passes. And that's not me just randomly becoming bad. Like, the players have just gotten better on defense. They just decide to pick my balls. And 9 times out of 10, it's for a pick 6. Something has changed. I don't know. Also, every time I zoom out to look at the routes on a passing play, the score bug disappears. Pisses me off. Yeah. I need to change it, but the game has been awesome aside from that.
You know, people say there's not much you can do online. You're not doing it for the right reasons. Do you think we had online back then? We never did. You would have your friends come over, or you would have you play Dynasty or you play Road to Glory. Speaking of football, we do have another sporting game announced today that it is coming back. A little side note: Backyard Sports is back.
What? I did not see this.
Yes, Backyard Sports is back.
Oh.
They're going to do games, and then they might even go into movies and shows.
Ooh, I'm going to bring my boy Pablo out.
Pablo back.
They don't know about Pablo.
Baseball and backyard football was the most lit games ever. I swear to God. But back to the college football. You have the EA 25 come out. You have SEC on ABC, Big Ten on CBS, and we ain't even got to the 12-team playoff. You ain't got to Texas, Oklahoma in the SEC, Oregon, UCLA, USC, Washington in the Big Ten. Now you got Stanford, California in the ACC.
SMU in the ACC.
Colorado, Utah, and all the Arizona schools in the Big 12. I mean, it is truly crazy on how much different. You don't have Nick Saban. You don't. I mean, so much is going to be different about this. Imagine you're going to be hearing Nick Saban on game day at 8 o'clock in the morning making jokes with Pat McAfee and Kirk Herbstreit and Desmond Howard in the morning.
It's going to be that's why I've been so excited for it, because look, college football is my favorite sport, of course, but also I think just so much new stuff is going to be regarding this year. So I'm just so excited just to see what it's going to be like. So, man, I can't wait for it. I want to talk a little bit NFL with you for a second. Mac Jones. Is Mac Jones back? Or was he always here to begin with and just didn't have the right stuff around?
I think he was always here. His first year in the NFL, made the Pro Bowl, had a really his offense coordinator was Josh McDaniels, who was Tom Brady's for all those years. He went to go be the coach of the Raiders. He ain't really done much, and I'm going to actually see if Josh McDaniels even is coaching anywhere anymore. But he is not actually. As of this moment, he is not coaching. He coached the Raiders, got fired. And and then when McDaniel leaves, he gets Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as his offense coordinator. Matt Patricia was a defensive coach, coaching that. And Joe Judge went from a special teams coordinator with the Patriots to the head coach of the Giants. Failed miserably, like everyone expected him to. And then last year happened. You get Bill O'Brien. I think Bill O'Brien is the worst offensive coordinator. It was one of those. I was kind of glad to see him leave Alabama, but I hate that he hurt another Alabama quarterback.
Yeah, he definitely. It's almost like Bill O'Brien's style is just, the game has passed it by, and you're right. Just the quarterback play with him and Mac Jones was not great. Mac Jones comes home to Jacksonville. He's a Jacksonville kid playing backup to Trevor Lawrence, likely going to be the second stringer this year.
I'm telling you, I know Trevor Lawrence got all that money, but I'm telling you, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence has the most fumbles. Since he's entered the league, he has given up the most fumbles in the NFL. Jones had no weapons in New England. You look at he had no weapons whatsoever. Could not draft him a wide receiver. And you know what they do exactly? The year after they get rid of him, they draft a wide receiver in the second round, third round.
And you could make the argument Mac Jones not only didn't have any weapons around him, didn't have the right coach. You're at arguably, and I know he played at Alabama where it's kind of the same, but the pressure to win in New England really is not met anywhere else in the NFL, even compared to like Kansas City right now. Because, I mean, those Patriots fans are ruthless, and the pressure to win was just so high. Now he's in Jacksonville where he can just be the backup, be himself, be fun, have a little good time and just
I think Mac Jones, he lost himself and he lost all confidence whatsoever in New England. I think Mac Jones it was tough. You're the first quarterback since Tom Brady. I think it's easier now for Drake May in New England now because hey, you're replacing Mac Jones. We ain't been in the playoffs in 3 to 4 years. Let's just win a couple of games. No, you're Mac Jones. You're coming off Tom Brady taking you to the playoffs. I mean, they were AFC championship or bust. I mean, every year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would either go to the Super Bowl or they would. You would go to the Super Bowl. You had to go through New England.
And it started off as soon as he was drafted. People were pretty much saying he was going to be the next Tom Brady. Were they not?
Yes.
I mean, they were putting that pressure on him from the beginning. Don't want to spend too much time on Mac Jones, though. What quarterback are you most excited to see that has been drafted? To me, to be honest, I want to say Caleb Williams, but I think Jaden Daniels is going to be a stud for the Commanders.
It depends. Well, I think Daniels can be a stud. Ask me who his offense coordinator is.
Who's his offense coordinator?
Cliff Kingsbury.
That's what I'm saying. They're in that division. He very well might be the most exciting one.
Well, let me ask you a question. What quarterback in the NFL do you think is going to leap forward? Going to take a step forward?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay. See, I'm going to go with mine, but he's going to be a different Alabama quarterback. I swear to God, I'm not an Alabama homer. I truly think he will because he actually has an offensive coordinator now as his coach. Bryce Young.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that.
He's got somewhat of a better line now. He has a little bit more weapons with Deontay Johnson. You still got Adam Thielen out there. You got Xavier Legate.
Got a little bit more weapons. Bryce Young, in my opinion, as an Alabama guy, the most talented quarterback I've ever seen play at the college level. Now, I mean that's including Cam Newton, Tim Tebow, so many great guys. Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel did things that I never thought I would see in college football until Bryce Young came around. Just the things that he would do with his vision and his checkdowns and just.
I always think of the play when we were playing Texas, and he like basically got all the way to the floor to like make him go over him, and he could still insane. Another quarterback to look out for, I think that is going to be back, and that is a former #1 overall pick, former Heisman winner, Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray is going to have a strong season this year because he has a stud wide receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. outside helping him out.
Okay, I like that. What are your expectations in the mountains of Denver, Colorado for a one Bo Nix, who recently
he did not have a terrible preseason?
No, he did not. He actually had a pretty good one. Now, granted, he's going up against Jarrett Stidham.
Personally, I'm not a fan of, unless you like Chicago. That's a different story. There's a good chance they can make the playoffs this year. They built some weapons around Caleb, got some weapons on defense. But like Denver, I wouldn't start Bo Nix. I would start Jarrett Stidham, kind of like what the Falcons did with Desmond Ridder. They didn't start him off. They knew they were going to give it to him, but they let Marcus Mariota start the season. If I'm New England, or if I am Denver, I'm trying to think of other teams that drafted a quarterback. Minnesota was going to do this, but with J.J. McCarthy tearing his Achilles, I'm not starting my rookie quarterbacks off. I'm starting off Jacoby Brissett, and I'm starting off Jarrett Stidham for the Denver Broncos, and I'm going to let them go for about the first 7-8 games. You're not going to make the playoffs. You know that for a fact you're not going to make the playoffs. I might as well would tank a little bit and get a higher draft pick. Now, I do have a question for you. Do the Giants bench Daniel Jones by the end of the season?
Yes.
I think so. I think so too. They're on the verge of getting rid of Danny Dimes.
One last, because we got to get us some college football here. One last question, and it's about your Atlanta Falcons. Again, quarterback play. How much Michael Penix Jr. do we see this year? First round draft pick, you're drafting the quarterback. What was it, number 8 overall? Yeah. You got to use them to a degree. How much are we going to see Michael Penix?
I think you'll see Michael Penix in I think we're going to. If we make the playoffs by like week, he'll play like the last week or two when we're just kind of resting starters. I do think he will be QB2 though. I think.
For sure.
I think we'll get rid of Tyler Heinicke. He has a big contract. I love Tyler Heinicke, but I think we're going to get rid of Tyler Heinicke and let Michael Penix be quarterback too.
How high on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident are you in Kirk Cousins that he can lead you to the playoffs? 10 out of 10.
I mean, look at the quarterbacks in the division. You have Bryce Young, and I'm not saying.
Well, look, the Panthers just aren't going to compete for anything, anyways.
Baker Mayfield. You lost the one that made Baker Mayfield to Bryce Young to be the head coach. You got Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL, and you got Kirk Cousins. I mean, that ain't even hard.
So, all right. So let's talk a little bit of college football. And look, guys, football season's here, so we're going to be talking about it for the next 5 months. Okay. We got some football this weekend.
We do.
Week 0. What do you think about week 0? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Would you rather week 1 be week 1?
I wouldn't mind if the game was late, but I know they're trying to do what the NFL does, make some more money as much as possible. So that's why the actual good game, Florida State versus Georgia Tech in Dublin, Ireland. Really don't understand why it's an AC. I feel like they would do better if it was like Florida State versus somebody in the Big Ten, Florida State versus someone in the SEC. I don't know why it's an interconference.
Well, they did have, I believe it was
like Notre Dame versus someone.
Last year, I think it was Notre Dame and Georgia Tech, or maybe it was like Notre Dame and Navy or something like that. But I kind of agree with that. An ACC game is a little odd in Ireland. But I mean, it's action. It's a conference game in week 0. We're getting it early. It's one of only 4 games. We're getting college game day. It's probably going to be one of those college game days like without a crowd, maybe like an hour
I don't
long or something
know.
like that.
They have WWE wrestler Sheamus. I swear to God, he's gonna be the guest picker.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh my lord. Oh,
Speaking of guest pickers, who do we think is gonna be the guest picker for Week 1? Did they? I think it's what's the game? It's Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Either that or Miami, Florida.
I
think it's Notre Dame, Texas A&M. SEC Nation is going to be in Gainesville. I don't know who Texas A&M has as like a celebrity fan. Who's a big celebrity that's an A&M fan? Do you bring an old player or something? I think that's what they do when they have nobody. They bring an old player.
Don't bring in an NFL player because I mean they're in the middle of training camp right now.
Yeah.
Usually when an NFL player comes back, it's usually their bye week.
That's a good question. I don't know. I know Texas has obviously a lot of fans. Matthew McConaughey, Glenn Powell.
Johnny Football come back and reunite with.
Would ESPN do that? I don't think they would. I don't think they would.
I think he's too much of a wild card.
Probably. Bring old Kevin's. Hell, bring Jimbo. Just bring.
Any famous Texas A&M basketball players?
I don't know.
DeAndre Jordan. I know DeAndre Jordan is from Texas A&M, but he's not like game day.
I'll tell you what about those game day guest pickers.
Miller. No, maybe Von Miller.
Maybe. My thing with the game day guest pickers, you got to be one of 2 things or both for me to like you. One, you have to be either really funny, like when they got Nate Bargatze last year or the year before. He was really funny. They've gotten a few guys who are very funny, or you have to know your football. Okay, if you just don't know what you're saying, you're like, oh yeah, I'll go with so and so because I like their colors. Now that pisses me off. Get somebody who knows their football at least a little bit, or be funny.
I cannot believe Sheamus. Like Shane, I really doubt. Like Shane, I don't know why you picked Sheamus.
All right, we're gonna go with the Seminoles on that one. You think he's gonna come with his beard braided?
You have 4 games to pick from.
I don't even.
Give me the Delaware State.
That's gonna be weird, dude.
Oh, did you see that about Delaware State? They got to play at Hawaii and they missed their flight. They're not gonna make it.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Football's so back. I love it.
Delaware State?
Yes.
The flight. They play on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's Tuesday. They got plenty of time.
Tuesday. Special teams.
Let me tell you, I'm going to ask you, do you have a prediction for Florida State, for Georgia Tech? Because I'm going to tell you what, I got one.
What do you got?
Them Yellow Jackets are going to beat the Florida State Seminoles. Brent Key. Ask me what Brent Key's record is all time in ranked ACC games.
What?
4-0.
He is not going to. Florida State got DJU.
Look, DJU fell down the drain at Clemson. Why? Because the lights were too big. That's why he goes over to Oregon State and he shines because the lights aren't bright enough. Now he's back. He's got some pressure on him at Florida State. I don't know. Think it could be a little bit weird. Game's over in Ireland. Nobody's giving Georgia Tech a chance. Georgia Tech got Haynes King. I think they're on the come up. Don't be shocked if the Yellow Jackets pull something here.
Not so fast.
I'm just saying they're -11. You may want to take that. I got another game for you. A real upset, and you might agree with me on this one. This one is week 1 though, but it's on a Thursday night, so we don't have to wait long between Saturday and the next game in week 1, the start of week 1.
Yes, let me guess the game. South Dakota, is it North Dakota State versus the Colorado Buffaloes?
North Dakota State Bison heading to Boulder, Colorado. They will take down Dion and the Buffaloes.
What is happening? What is the line for that game?
I think it's like -13 or something like that.
Colorado?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that's gonna be a good game to watch. Did you see where Shadur Sanders was not an All-American, preseason All-American? They gave it to Gabriel and I think Beck, maybe.
I mean, you can't make an argument that Shadur Sanders is up there with Dillon Gabriel and Carson Beck. You can't. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but he's maybe a second team All American. But you're not in the upper echelon with those guys. Sorry, Shadur. But all right, so yeah, college football is officially back. NFL preseason is back. So I mean, we got games. What do you think about the new kickoff rule in the NFL? Let's go back to the NFL.
I'm sure I'll get used to it. It just looks weird.
I don't think that we will rarely ever get another kickoff return touchdown. And if they do, it'll just be
Devin Hesters are dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally a firing squad of guys coming straight to you. Now, if there's going to be a kick return touchdown, it's going to be because the guy just.
Now, I will say what I hate the most is I really hate how you have to let them know that you're going to do an onside.
I hate that. That takes away the whole point of the onside kick.
I think that's really, really.
I mean, I just think back to one of the most forgotten, not really forgotten, but maybe underappreciated plays in Alabama football history is the onside kick that Nick Saban pulled out of his ass against Clemson in the national championship in 2015, which Alabama then went and scored on. Insane coaching decision by the GOAT there, but Clemson had no idea that was coming. That's the point of an onside kick.
Yep.
You can't just let them know that it's coming. It's like, why not just let's throw it up in the air? Who knows? But all right, let's talk a little bit of baseball here. It's official at this point. We've talked multiple times in episodes. Are the Braves done? Are we gonna
look? No, we are.
We're cooked. Okay, we're somewhat in the wild card race right now.
Not true. Gio Urshela.
He's gonna save us. Gio's gonna save us for the 2024 season. I mean, the Phillies have had a losing record in the month of August so far, and the month of July, I do believe, and we have not taken advantage of it.
I ain't even worried about the division. I don't even think we're gonna make the wild card.
No. I mean, even still,
we're in the third place in the wild card now.
This will be the first time in. I mean, the division. Could we make a super hot run? Sure, no. I do not see it.
No.
But it'll be the first time in 7 years now that the Braves.
Chance of Toledo making the playoffs in the college football playoff more than the Braves making a wild card.
I agree. It's a disappointing season. That is for sure.
All the injuries. I mean, you have Strider, Riley, Acuna, Albies twice. You had Riley really twice. You had Harris, Sean Murphy, a little bit of Travis d'Arnaud. You had Ronaldo Lopez, Max Fried. I mean, I know I'm probably you had Arcia with an obsessed tooth. I mean, you've had so many injuries this season. It is ridiculous.
I just noticed on our screen here, it says, football is back, then Braves are officially cooked, then football season is almost here. I forgot to cut that part out from the last episode.
It is, though. It's back.
It's back, but it's also almost here. So, I guess, yeah. I thought I cut that out, but whatever. We make mistakes. We don't do this full time, guys, which you guys seem to think that we do. You guys seem to think that we just know everything, all right? We're not casuals, okay? Can you even solve a rubric cube?
We're busy doing this and making money. Bitches, we got more money than all you hoes.
That's right. Yeah, let me just go check my piggy bank.
OVO, you're not like us. You're not like us, pal.
I don't know that song.
You know, Kids of the Mark.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Not like us. They're not like
Sorry,
us.
I only listen to David Allan Coe. I don't listen to that. So, all right. I don't even know where to go from here. Do you have a question of the day? We're kind of moving along pretty quick. I mean, we're just talking.
Yes, I think I do have a question of the day, actually. What was my question of the day? Let me find it. Well, how's everybody doing today, man?
I think I remember your question of the day if you can't find it.
Yes. Okay, what is your ideal man cave? If you had to create your own man cave. Because asking for a friend.
All right, let me ask you, are we what kind of size are we going with? Like a standard size room, like a 12-foot by 12-foot kind of thing, or
yes.
a large room?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I've pictured this. because I'm going to have a great man cave one day, as you are. You're getting ready to build yours, essentially. I kind of want to go half man cave, half home theater kind of thing. I want to have a huge screen, whether it be a TV or like a projector kind of thing. But I also want multiple screens because I want to be able to watch multiple things at the same time on game days. YouTube TV is great because we get the quad box. That's cool. Maybe I want 16 boxes. Like I want a Buffalo Wild Wings this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So my number one, you got to have multiple screens. Okay. At least two. We got to have some ambiance as well. I'm a big fan of neon lights. Okay. I got my neon lights on my desk right here. Okay. Got a colorful mouse, and you see that? You see it's green? Yeah? Yeah, that's cool, ain't it? And I got a colorful keyboard and all that. So I like my lights. I could change them, get a little ambiance, and a good bit of sports memorabilia surrounding the place. Maybe some jerseys, some signed jerseys, some signed memorabilia, some knickknacks, maybe a nice shelf. And then I got to have something to sit on, right? So a nice couch or love seat or recliners, and then I'd use the place as an office too. So I'd set up a little desk area, I mean, and we could look, if we're just going to standard size room, some things aren't going to be included. All right. I can't have a pool table in there. All right. I can't have a hockey table. Some things just aren't going to be included that I want. Right.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And the number one thing is it's got to be clean. All right. Get in there and vacuum, once a week, right? Wipe stuff down. That's got to be the cleanest part of the house, okay? Not the kitchen, because we know that's being cleaned, okay? I'm not the one doing it, but it's getting cleaned.
My wife, I usually hide money into the oven because they know not to look there. It's not getting used.
I stuff it down in the Bible in the nightstand. And she'll come and just take it out,
Well, I had Christmas presents in the oven because God knows my wife ain't gonna use it. That's old man humor for you guys. Ain't that a real nice life? All right, my kind of man cave. I am thinking you are going to have a little place for your desk. You're gonna have the recliner, not recliner, but like the couch with the cup holders in the middle.
Okay, I like those.
Electric. Behind that, you are going to have a wall, like a Full Moon Barbecue, a wall of signed autographed photos.
Nice.
Not jerseys, photos.
Okay.
And then on the next wall right there, like boom, boom, you're going to have like a little shelf. And that is where like either not framed signed jerseys will be at, kind of folded to where you can see the number, the name, and the signature. Signed helmets, footballs, baseballs, all that stuff. Maybe some like graded baseball cards. And then also on that wall is going to be the framed jerseys there that are signed. And then you're going to have a TV stand with about maybe a 65, 70 inch. Put that right there. And boom. You got it right there.
Okay, you didn't mention something though that's really important. Where are you putting your Dragon Ball Z posters?
Either go next. Those go to the bedroom, baby. They go to the they go above the bed.
Oh, you don't want to do like a starlight ceiling or, like blackout. What color walls we having? Because I'm gonna do black walls, and I'm gonna cover up a window.
Mine's gonna be like I guess this color, like brown. I guess I don't really know what color that is.
That is most definitely green.
Then I'm gonna have on the wall on the roof like Cindy Crawford in a bikini in the '80s.
Okay.
Either that or Demi Moore, one of the two.
Demi Moore, Cindy Crawford or Pamela Anderson. Who you taking?
Oh, probably Demi Moore. No, you said Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford.
Let me ask you, Joan Rivers. Are you named after Joan Rivers?
Oh, no. Yes, my parents. She loved the view. Loved the view.
Guys, I think that kind of does it. We're pretty much at the 30-minute mark. if you look, it's been a while since we've had an episode, but we're back. If you want us to be more consistent, maybe we can do this full time. Subscribe. Let us know. Hit the like button. Share.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell your not friends. Write a little note. Put it on a carrier pigeon. Send it to New York. Have it spread a disease. Then people will know. Go stone cold on them. And yeah, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Follow us on all of our social medias right there. Heads Up Play on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Pretty soon, we're going to have an OnlyFans and a Pinterest.
Here we go. Yes, great success.
And we can't end the episode without Cowboy hitting us with it.
Y'all stay classy.
Stay classy.